Consistency and practice is extremely important. And you do have to practice it consciously for several times, maybe dozens or hundreds of times before it becomes automatic. And the goal is that during your practice now, you do all the hard work, practicing very deliberately and slowly. And that can be frustrating, but it's all in the service of ultimately being able to do it automatically on test day so that you don't have to think about it anymore. Kind of like imagine an athlete who's, let's say an athlete who's like throwing a pitch at a baseball game. The athlete, the pitcher has done it a million times. So it's automatic. But practicing in like the off season, it's very deliberate, and the coaches, they're spotting them and correcting them and things like that. So it takes time. But my point here is really that you don't want to be switching between different methods as you're practicing, and you don't want to question yourself as you're doing it. Like, it can be hard to adopt a new methodology at first, and you have to give it some time to work. The idea is that you have a systematic approach, you apply it consistently, and so to the point where you could look back at your notes a week later or a month later, and they would be totally understandable. They'd be clean, they'd be neat, and your notation system would not change. So if there's a rule that says that two variables cannot be together, you want to always diagram that rule the same way. Like maybe you put those two variables in a box with a slash through it, but you don't suddenly diagram it a different way tomorrow. When you write by hand, I'm sure that you always formulate the letter A the same way. There are multiple ways to write down the letter A when you're writing by hand, but you want to be consistent in how you do it for yourself. It saves time.